With WION's top focus on Heart of Asia Summit, the 9th edition of the Heart of Asia Conference will take place in Dushanbe on March 30th. That is today. The summit brings together Afghanistan's neighbors and other regional powers. It is aimed at stabilizing the situation in Afghanistan through cooperation with Kabul. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani will be attending the summit. He will also be awarded an honorary doctorate. The Taliban issue will be discussed to ensure peace and stability in Afghanistan. Now, a permanent ceasefire, a political settlement and international guarantee of peace. These three questions will be the focus of the summit. Meanwhile, the Indian and Pakistani foreign ministers will come face to face as well. They are likely to hold a meeting on the sidelines of the conference. Islamabad has been pushing for the meeting between both the ministers. The ministerial conference is part of the Istanbul process, a regional initiative on security and cooperation for a stable and peaceful Afghanistan that was launched on November 2nd, 2011 in Turkey. Let's quickly get in a sense of perspective in terms of what to expect from this summit. And for that, let's quickly go across to Harsh V. Pant, who's the head of Observer Research Foundation Strategic Studies and is joining us live on this broadcast. Thank you so much, Mr. Pant, for joining our newscast today. Now, let me begin with focus on Afghanistan before I move to India and Pakistan. What sort of a role can this summit play in bolstering the peace process in Afghanistan, which so far seemed to have stagnated a bit?
As you say, it has been since 2011, we have seen the Heart of Asia process moving forward, and it has not really taken the issue of Afghanistan to the level that perhaps it was expected in 2011. But now we are looking at perhaps an inflection point because you have a number of pieces of the puzzle that are being put in place. The Biden administration has said, that while they are working towards a May 1st deadline, they're also looking at regional participation for once. Now we have consensus. Both India is part of the process, formal part of the process, as well as the larger configuration between India and Pakistan is also changing. In Afghanistan, there is a new reality being set in that from Trump to Biden, we have seen a movement towards a greater acceptance that American forces will leave and the regional stakeholders will have to step up to the plate and perform. So clearly, this will be an important conference where all the stakeholders will be present with a certain deadline in mind, that May the 1st will be a deadline for American troops to leave. So what can be accomplished both within the larger framework of the peace process as well as within the framework of Heart of Asia. So I sense that perhaps this iteration of Heart of Asia has the potential to be one of the most significant ones since 2011.
Absolutely. It's interesting that you mentioned troop withdrawal, considering the US president didn't sound very confident about it in his latest interview. Having said that, how crucial is going to be India's role in the Heart of Asia summit and to ensure the Afghan peace process?
I think what we are now looking at is that India's role is becoming more and more crucial, partly because after a long time, America has acknowledged that India will have to be part of the formal process. India was always part of the process, but not acknowledged as a formal partner. Now, since the American-led plan has been out in the open, and America under the Biden administration is saying that India, along with other regional stakeholders, will have to come to the table and work together. Therefore, India's profile suddenly has reached a level which it was not, say, last year. And also the fact that, you have an important stakeholder like Pakistan now saying that it needs normalcy with India, partly because of the Afghanistan issue itself, because India has demonstrated that without India on board, Afghanistan peace process really cannot move forward in a productive manner. So a lot of the things pertaining to Afghanistan now depend on how India responds to not only the Pakistan overtures, but also to the larger sense that India needs to do much more in Afghanistan. And I think that is what Foreign Minister Jaishankar will be speaking about at the conference, that India is willing to play a much larger role than ever in the past. And India is much more ambitious in terms of its articulation of not only its interests vis-a-vis the Afghan government, but also engaging other stakeholders.
Right. Mr. Pant, there's a lot of chatter about the foreign ministers of India and Pakistan coming face to face at this summit. And so, be it the ceasefire at the LOC or the Pak Army Chief's remarks that India and Pakistan should bury the past and move forward, how would you assess the recent overtures made by Pakistan? Do you think the two countries are prepared to turn a new leaf just yet?
I don't think they are prepared to turn a new leaf. At least from New Delhi's side, the issue is that yes, we are willing to move forward cautiously, gradually, but with a certain sense of history in mind. That a number of these overtures have not really taken off, and there is a sense that Pakistani army and military intelligence complex's credibility has always been pretty dubious. But certainly there is no harm as far as India is concerned in testing the waters and seeing how far Pakistan is willing to go, not simply in terms of LOC, where we want to see greater stability, where India wants to see infiltration coming down significantly, but also in Afghanistan, where Pakistan continues to look at Afghanistan through this bizarre prism of strategic depth, which has lost its relevance in the contemporary times. So I think it will be interesting to hear what Pakistan and its foreign minister has to say at the Heart of Asia conference, both in terms of its contribution to Afghanistan as well as to the larger peace process with India. And I think that's only once we have heard from Pakistan will New Delhi be in a position to respond adequately. But clearly there are signs that both sides, especially Pakistan, is really willing to move forward given the constraints it is facing domestically as well as regionally. And India has actually nothing to lose by allowing Pakistan to move forward and testing the waters.
Absolutely. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Pant, for joining our newscast today. Now, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik gets us a report from Ground Zero in Dushanbe. Let's listen in to his inputs.
Elusive Afghan peace talks. Will it go any further? A lot of it depends on the deliberations, consensus and the outcomes of this very summit. Whatever the outcome would be, one thing is for sure. This would set the tone for the intra-Afghan dialogue that takes place next month in Istanbul between the Afghan Taliban and the Afghan government as they come head-to-head on the table. Anas Malik in Tajikistan for Beyond World is One.